Hello everyone, I'm Marco Morelli for BCLocalNews.com and welcome to a special Wednesday edition of the BC Buzz.
Want the latest buzz in your community? Then go to BCLocalNews.com. Online, all the time. BC Buzz.
Kamloops opens its doors to those fleeing wildfires in the town of Lillooet. A man was arrested early Saturday morning in Abbotsford after leaving two young children locked inside a car outside the bar where he was drinking. Well, out with the old and in with the new. The birth of the new Golden Ears Bridge means the death of the Albion Ferry. And finally, some young anglers in Parksville dropped their rods for the 10th annual Kids Dock Derby Fishing Festival.
Emergency Social Services say 1,402 Lillooet residents displaced by the Mount McLean fire have registered in Kamloops. As of Tuesday night, there were 168 evacuees being housed in the city at the MacArthur Island Sports Centre and Thompson Rivers University. Here's what Kamloops Mayor Peter Milobar had to say.
There's optimism that they can hold the fire, but with that optimism still was the realization that we're probably looking at the end of the week at the earliest before Lillooet would be allowed back in. So I would assume that we'll see at least one 72-hour extension out of the initial one.
An Abbotsford man was arrested early Saturday morning for leaving his two infant children in a sealed van while drinking at a bar. Abbey police were doing spot checks at Agrifair's beer garden, the Fat Pig Saloon, around 1 a.m. when they were tipped off by a distressed woman who overheard the man saying he had left his children in the vehicle while drinking at the bar. Police detained the 26-year-old father at the scene after finding a 2-year-old and a 4-month-old locked up. Although the children appeared to be okay, both were soaked with sweat, had soiled diapers, and were crying when the doors were finally opened. Officers were not sure how long the children had been cooped up.
No, apparently the vehicle windows were up, and it may have been there for some time because the motor, the hood was cold, so there's a possibility the vehicle was there and the children may have been there for some time.
Well, the birth of the new Golden Ears Bridge crossing means the death of the Albion Ferry. Yep, last Tuesday at 2 p.m. marked the Albion Ferry's final voyage across the Fraser River from Langley to Maple Ridge. Although the new bridge crossing can cart more people over much quicker than the old ferry could ever do, some longtime ferry staff are sad to see things come to an end.
Working outside for sure, and the wildlife that we see out here. There's a beaver that comes every year. He's building his stuff underneath the seals and the
ducklings,
and the goslings,
and the deers.
The deer, yeah.
Between 400 and 500 children plus their families filled the docks at French Creek Marina Saturday for the 10th annual Kids Dock Derby.
Every year we get between 400 and 500 kids, and we started out 10 years ago just to bring awareness to a lot of the younger people about fishing. We started off with a big fishing derby, and we thought the kids should have their day. And now with the depletion of the fish, the big salmon and stuff like that, we decided not to go ahead with the actual fishing derby, but just keep the Kids Dock Derby alive and keep it going for us merchants and everybody down here in French Creek. I don't know how many pairs of sunglasses we've got, so there's just some of the kids get the starfish, just everything, but usually just the little pile perch.
The derby wound up Saturday afternoon with the presentation of prizes, and the kids were treated to hot dogs and drinks. For the Parksville Qualicum Beach News, I'm Steve Haywood.
And that's it for this Wednesday's edition of the BC Buzz. Remember, for more on these headlines and others from around the province, you can come back and visit us at BCLocalNews.com. I'm Marco Morelli, and I'll see you next time.